Hey friends, thanks for watching. I want to look and kind of spotlight a very handy tool that I call the string trimmer. All right friends, so a string trimmer is essentially a little engine connected to a long spindle that will spin a head that has plastic string out of it. So most of the time you have two, sometimes you have one. This one should have two. It has one here and one that comes out here. I broke one off, so I need to take the head off and fix it. But it has two that spin really quickly and they buzz off the weeds. So this one is one I just bought this year. It is a Stihl FS 70. Yep, right there, FS 70, and it's been a really good one. I've only used it for a few months now. Before that, I had a Stihl, I think it was an FS 45, and that thing was old. I think I ran it for 15 years, and it was given to me. So the person who gave it to me ran it before that, and it was a really good one. This one is a two-stroke engine. Not a four-stroke. A four-stroke will have separate oil and gas spots. A two-stroke engine has the oil and gas mixed. So it has a two-stroke, you put the oil in with that, and that lubricates that little engine with the fuel. It's all in the same area. So that's a whole different video in and of itself. But you use mixed fuel. And I have a gas can here that I label it as mixed Stihl chainsaw. So thankfully my Stihl chainsaw uses the same mixed fuel as my Stihl string trimmer. So some people call these a weed whacker. I think that was a brand name from a company that brought them out, and so I call them a string trimmer because they have string and they're used to trim. I'm not exactly sure what Stihl calls it. I think they call it an edger or a string trimmer or something like that. But this thing works really well. I'm very happy with it so far. It starts really well, which is what my other one started not doing. I had to replace many parts on it. I had to replace the head, and then we kind of had to piece it together because it wasn't made anymore, that certain head. And so finally it was just time to get a new one. This is the one I got, and it's been very good for me so far. So when you're going to use this, what you need to do is you put your mixed fuel, you mix your fuel depending on what it calls for. This is a 50-to-1 ratio, which means 50 parts gasoline to 1 part oil. And I use the Stihl branded, their oil that they sell in like a 6-pack, and I mix it 1 gallon to one of those little containers, and I have a 1 gallon gas can that I keep just for that. So I know I have to put 1 bottle to a full gas can, and then I use that up, and then I redo it. So you need to put your fuel in, and then you can choke it. This is the choke right here. You can do a half choke or a full choke, and what that choke is doing is that's letting more fuel in. So as you might know, you might not, a carbureted mechanism, carburetor allows the fuel and the air to come in at a certain ratio for that engine. And when you choke it, you let more fuel and air in. So it really gets going soon. So I'm sure there's an engine YouTube channel that you can probably watch that talks about that more. I'm not necessarily an engine guy. I'm a kind of a jack of all, master of none. So my what I've been trained in is building, carpentry, and small engines is not my forte. But I use them and I like them. So this is the string trimmer I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to take the head off, put the string on, and then I'm gonna give her a run through and we'll trim some weeds. All right, so this head has these spots here, one on this side, one on this side. You push in on those and you can take the head off. So you push in, I kind of do these one at a time. You push down, it's kind of hard. So I use my thumb, pop it out, get a gap here, then I go to the other side, do the same thing, and then I'm able to take it off. So this is the outer cover. Then the thing that holds the string. Now my string is all kind of mixed up here, not so fun, but I'm just gonna restring this because I like to use the string all the way done. So it has these little holes in here. It's hard to see, but it's got these little holes. You put the string, one end of the string, you push it in there, and then you wrap the string. Let's get rid of this thing. You wrap the string clockwise. I'm fitting like this, be clockwise, depends on how you're sitting. Could be counterclockwise. You wrap it around the way the string is going. So you push the hole in, or push the string in the hole, and then continue on that way. And then you have these little notches. You can push the string and hold it there so it doesn't unwound on you. I'm gonna take my other one, find my hole. Now there's two starting spots on this one. So I like to start them not in the same spot. I don't know if that makes a difference, but that's what I usually do. Then I'm gonna wrap it. Now I try not to pull tight on this as I wrap it because sometimes that can get that string caught and then it doesn't want to come out very good. And then when I finish, I want these on opposite sides, the string on opposite sides there, because what I will do is as I push this on, you see these little sections where these little cutouts. I'm gonna put my string in there as this goes on. So that one's in there. I can keep pushing this on. And then here's the other one. I can push that on. I like to hold my string like that. Then I take my head cover, put one side in, the other side in, snap it on there, and now it's good. Now we got string. We got two strings coming off the side. So with this string trimmer, when I want more string to come out, I tap it on the ground and that pushes this, and the force, that centrifugal force, pushes it out. So we have two forces. Centrifugal means things are going out from the circle. Centripetal means things pull into the circle. So this is centrifugal. It's pushing that string out. So when I push this, more string's gonna come out. So we'll go ahead and start it up and try it. One thing I would highly recommend is eyewear and hearing protection. This is loud and it has kind of that droning on sound that it could be harmful to hearing. So eye protection, ear protection. And you could even wear gloves if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Doesn't matter. To me, you do what you think is best. Let's start it up. One thing I forgot to mention about this string trimmer that I really like is it has this shoulder strap to where once you start it up, you can throw your strap on here, and then the weight is actually held by this strap. You're not having to hold it and string trim. You're just kind of guiding where that string needs to go, where that cutter head needs to go. So I really like a strap to hold it. It's a really nice feature for a string trimmer. If you're going to buy one, I'd highly recommend looking for one with a strap. And I really like the Stihl brand. They're tough and durable. And I recently used a battery operated string trimmer of a different brand, and it was very weak in my opinion. It did not cut through the weeds like I was used to in using this. And so I recommend the gas version for heavy cutting. All right, to start it up, I unhook my strap. And then if I haven't started it for a while, I'm going to put it on full choke, which it's up, full choke, and I'm gonna turn it until it wants to fire off, and then I'm gonna push it down to half choke, and then if it is still going good, then I'll turn the choke off. So we'll pull this. Half choke. No choke. Now I can get the gas. And now it's going to be cutting good. So at this point, I'm going to strap it on, go to work. When you're using the string trimmer, this button is kind of the safety, so you can't give it gas unless your hand is on this. So you push your hand on that, like this, then you can get the gas. Now when you're done, this has an off button right here. You just push it forward, and it shuts it off. So that, friends, is my Stihl FS 70R. It's a really good string trimmer. I've had some really good experiences with it so far. I've had it, like I said, for a few months. I've used it quite a bit. I use it to mow or to string trim my ditch. I have a pretty sharp ditch, and then it kind of flattens out and is sharp again. I cut both of those sides with a string trimmer, this string trimmer, so I don't have to get a lawnmower on there at a dangerous angle. So friends, make sure to work hard, but be safe while you're doing it, because hard work is its own reward. And thanks for watching.